It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Geno Jones Showtime. Can I just do this, everybody? I guess I can, because it is my own show, right? Just wanted to adjust my collar. So it's Wednesday, and I'm coming to you live Monday through Friday at about 6:30, a little after 6:30 or 6:31. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to my channel, please. Subscribe. I'm only I'm about 240 new subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. That means my media company will get a monthly check from YouTube. We got to support. It is so important that we support black-owned businesses, black-owned media. We need it now more than ever before. So please make sure you spread the word. Tell everybody to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, share, screen grab, or rip, whatever you call it. Screen grab, what does they call it? Screen grab and or rip any part of the show and chop it up, a little 30 seconds, 60 seconds, a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, make it go viral. Subscribe, share, screen grab. Now like the little thumbs up. Make sure you like this and every episode. Binge watch all my back episodes. This show, now when you watch me live like you are right now, so the show it's a viral show. What does that mean? Actually, it's interactive. That's really what I want to say. It's interactive. That means you can get involved. I have a live chat room that's open. If you got a question or comment, you can jump in the chat room. You can say hi. I'll give you a big shout out and everything. Just go in, you see where it says chat. There's a box. You'll see where it says live chat, and jump in there and just type, post, say hi, let me know. Say, hey, Geno, this is Donna, and I'm watching you up in Detroit. It could be Stephanie in Chicago. It could be Lola out in Los Angeles. It can be Shaniqua up in New York City, wherever you may be. Alyssa's in Atlanta, wherever. Just go ahead and give me a shout out. Let me know. Hey, I'll shout you out at work. It could be your birthday, anything. So once again, tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. Share this in every episode. You can tag everybody, copy and paste the link in an email or text message, in a DM, direct message, or whatever you want to do. And if you would like to be a sponsor, I would be honored to have you as a sponsor. Just reach out to me, Geno Jones Show, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. You got that, Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or you can Zelle me or cash at me. No amount is too small or too large. So just individually, you can do it one time. You can do it on a reoccurring basis, like every pay period, every other pay period, once a month, however you want to do it. Heck, you can do it. You can set something every day. Just throw $1 in there every day, whatever you want to do. Zelle me, Geno Jones. That's how you spell my Geno Jones, and type in the number 843 on Zelle. So just type in my name, Geno Jones, and then type in the number 843, and it'll come up. It'll take you to my Zelle. Now, you can cash at me, $ Dad G Jones. All one word, $ Dad G Jones. So that's $ capital D, lowercase a-d, capital G, capital J-O-N-E-S. All right, once again, don't forget, the show is interactive. That means you can get active, get activated, and jump in the chat room and let me know what's on your mind. Now, maybe your 401k plan, maybe you got a Roth IRA, or you've got a retirement plan, a 401k plan through your job. Some folks have what they call self-managing mutual fund, where you can go. I think all the big banks and everything, and the big investment companies, now you can set up your own. You can be like your own mutual fund manager or your own personal retirement account. You could just, so many, I think Fidelity's got them. I think even Bank of America, I think Chase, some of the other big firms, financial firms, where you can download an app and you set up an account and you can you go ahead, buy and sell your own stocks. So everybody's talking about, apparently the market went up a whole lot today. As a matter of fact, ding, right on cue. So I didn't mean for this phone to be on. The ringer shouldn't be on. See, there you go, the sound effect is on. So anyway, you probably saw the market went up about 2,900 points after shedding about $6 trillion in value. Because the market has just been like cascading down. So interesting. One of these big firms on Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, you know, they money managers and just they're like titans. Some of the big names. I mean, but you got really, was it Goldman Sachs? I'm trying to think. What's the other one? I want to say Goldman Sachs for the most part is like, they're like one of the main dogs on Wall Street. So basically, a lot of people on Wall Street, those is in the financial world, you know, when Goldman Sachs, when they talk, people tend to listen. So because of this crazy tariff, tariff the world, even countries that didn't even have people. I talked about that yesterday on Tuesday. So Orange Hitler himself, Donald Trump, is basically, he put a tariff on every country in the world, including the ones, well, outside of Russia. Ironically, Russia was like the only country that he didn't place a tariff on. You know, and some countries that didn't even have people had like a tariff 30-40%, which is a tax. So it's funny, it's like you put a tariff on this, but they don't make anything because they're no people. They're just animals. There's a couple islands in the Pacific. So Goldman Sachs, about 1 o'clock, basically forecasted and said that they expect America to go into what they call a recession, which is like, you know, a step before like a huge depression. And because, you know, they for 4 years they said, oh, Joe Biden is going to lead us into a recession. And the exact opposite happened. Stock market kept going up, 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 and people still weren't satisfied. And somehow, it like Obama came in, there were some days, probably late February, early March, the market was like under 7,000. By the time Obama left in his second term, it went from like 7,000, right around 7,000, it was almost up to 20,000, 19,000. And Biden came in. So President Obama handed Orange Hitler, great economy that he wrecked going into his last year, that first term, because he didn't handle COVID, because he lied about it and said that, oh, it ain't that serious. It's like, just like a cold, and it'll just vanish into thin air. And that didn't happen. Over 1 million people in America died from COVID. So here we are. Here we are now. Joe Biden, stock market was over 43,000, approaching 44,000. And your boy, self-imposed all these tariffs, which are taxes that the American citizens would pay. Because for example, I'm gonna just keep it simple. So like now, because China, all these other countries, like 75 countries, he's basically reduced, he's put what he called a 90-day pause. But it's not it's a pause down to 10%. So basically, all these other countries, since he had put a tariff on like all the countries, so basically this 90-day pause to where tariffs on all these other countries are really only going to be 10%. See, the devil is in the details, so you got to pay attention. Only 10%. However, China, because China is not cooperating and they don't respect the markets, that's what they said. We're going to raise the tariff from 104% to 125%. So that means that iPhone that new iPhone that you want to get, because you see all these commercials for this new iPhone and all this little fancy stuff that it's got going on. And that iPhone is, what, about $1,500 now? Well, 100% increase? Oh, gee. So that means that iPhone is going to be over $3,000. That TV that you get for China that you used to get kind of cheap, maybe that big screen, 75-inch TV, or maybe you want the big one. Maybe you want the big 86-inch TV. That was maybe about $700. If you get a really, you might get a one real cheap one made in China, because you got a lot of these companies. And it was $800. Oh, that one's about to jump up to, even the cheap ones that was set $600, $700, $800. Oh, that's gonna jump up. So $800 is probably gonna be about $1,700 now. He's $1,700, $1,800. Oh yeah. Oh, and it's and anything else. So for those of you all that like to go to Walmart to get stuff cheap, so when you go in there, and what you used to get for $5 is like $12, you can thank your boy. You can thank, that's right, Orange Hitler. For MAGA, for all the MAGA cult members, your Orange Lord and Savior, as you call him, your Orange Jesus Christ, Donald J. The J stands for jackass, Trump. You can thank him, because you were going to Walmart because you could get stuff cheaper than at some of your regular stores or supermarkets or department store places like that. Because, Walmart, they got all the stuff. They got groceries, clothes, electronics. So, like I said, when you go to Walmart, and that TV that's made in China that they got on sale for $600, and now it's $700, or will be in about a month, in about 30 days or less than that. Because China's like, no, we gonna slap. I think they raised the tariff rate to American stuff to 84. So we're already taxed. So now 124% tax on anything you buy from China. Anything, everything, all the stuff. The beauty supply store, the hat, baseball cap you wear. Look inside. It probably made the tie, MAGA, all your MAGA stuff, all your MAGA hats and your ties and your T-shirts and your flags. Not made in America. Just look at the tag, made in China. So if you plan to buy some new stuff, all that MAGA stuff made in China, which is kind of ironic. This goes to show you how clueless your boy is. He is absolutely, positively clueless. But he don't give a damn about you. Not at all. And it was funny because this morning he was like, well, just be cool, Mr. Orange Hitler. On his social media, his bootleg social media little platform, Truth Social, should be lies always. Instead of Truth Social, it should be lies unsocial, or always lying, just always a lie. Or as my grandmother would say, they should call it, instead of Truth Social, it should be called Stick to the Lie, because he will always stick to the lie. I like that. Yeah, stick to the lie. I'm gonna say less. I'm gonna say less on camera, because I'll give somebody else an idea. I'm just gonna say less, and I'm just gonna do what I was thinking. I'm gonna do it, and then you'll just see it. But yes, he is gonna stick to the lie. So this morning he was like, hey, well, just be cool. But it was just ironic that Goldman Sachs, like one of the global leaders, just when it comes to because their clients, millionaires, billionaires, Goldman Sachs, they manage big money. So when Goldman Sachs, when they make a prediction, then people listen. And it's funny, the other day I just said, I said, so this dude is intentionally crashing the market. All of a sudden, the value, the stock prices on these companies, nose diving. So his billionaires are probably sitting back, okay. So I wouldn't be surprised. Well, as a matter of fact, that was probably the bullhorn. When Orange Hitler, AKA Trump, said this morning, be cool, be cool. That was the cue to probably the billionaires that, okay, I'm basically, I'm gonna back out of this. He punked out. He backed off for the most part. Now, he didn't completely remove the tariffs. He said he paused the tariffs for 90 days, but there's still going to be a 10% tariff on all these countries. It's just the 10% was less because some countries are paying 40, 50%, 70, 80%. Of course, China now is 124% a tariff on China. So now, and he's like, all these 75 countries, it was, I guess, on his little bootleg platform. All these 75 countries that are kissing my ass, begging me to take the tariffs off, which he didn't take them completely off. But like I said, it was part of it as a game. It's a game. And his billionaire friends who were at the inauguration when he moved it on the inside, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and the whole Elon Musk crew, Peter Thiel, all of them. You saw them, the heads of Google, they were all in there. Right up front, even in front of like the politicians that voted for him. That was probably the bullhorn that, hey, just be cool, y'all, because stock market is, they call agnostic. Stock market really don't, now you could make an argument that the majority of the whole Wall Street crowd and the venture capital crowd, they for different reasons, they supported Orange Hitler. But even they were like, yo, dude, hold on. Like I was telling you all, you are messing. I know he was getting a lot of phone calls. As a matter of fact, I heard that myself. So shout out to this woman, Stephanie Rule, who's on one of the cable channels, but she worked in that industry. So a lot of these folks is in the White House, part of that administration. They've been calling her up, like venting, like, I don't know what the hell he's doing, girl, but he tripping, and somebody need to talk to him. So you've had many over the weekend. I found out many, because I knew this was going to happen, that when he started messing with their money, these CEOs that gave him millions of dollars for his campaign, that was flying down to Mar-a-Lago and going to these dinners and giving up $1 million just to sit down and out there golfing with him. You know, they want these big tax cuts. But the way he's going about it is like, yo, dude, you are like killing the stock market and you don't know what the hell you're doing because you have bankrupted 6 businesses. So we trying to tell you this is not the way to do it. But once again, I'm going to say this again, and I predicted it right here on this show. Groove Master Dre, my man, what's happening, baby? Good to see that you're out there. Of course, shout out to my #1 fan, my executive producer, my mother, who I love dearly. This dude is going to be his own demise. And I'm going to say it again. He will not complete this 4-year term. So for you MAGA cult members, I'm just letting you know, he will not complete this 4-year term. And I'm going to tell you why. And if you just read a book, if you study history, people with that level of ego and narcissism and greed to where can't nobody tell him anything, he think he knows everything and really don't know shit. For that job, they always, from Hitler to study history, Hitler and Mussolini, you name it, Stalin, all of these evil dictators and Napoleon, they always overshoot the runway. They always go too far because the ego, the more power that they get, the more power they amass or think they have, it feeds on itself until they OD, they overdose on this narcissism and greed and ego. And then you throw in just evil, just evilness and an evil heart. They always overshoot the runway. See, he had overshot that runway in Wall Street. I kept telling you, you can't bully Wall Street. As a matter of fact, somebody on Wall Street made a comment that was in one of the financial, I don't know if it was in Forbes. Then you got the Wall Street Journal. Those are like the papers of record for Wall Street and the financial industry, and then the Financial Times, which is a better version of the Wall Street Journal. Financial Times is out of London. But it was one of these, a powerful person from the Wall Street community said, you cannot bully the stock market. Well, you can't bully it. You keep tripping and just doing this wild shit, unpredictable. The stock market, Wall Street, these folks, these money dudes, they don't like, they'll tell you, they don't like, they like things to be predictable. They don't like unpredictability. They don't like confusion. They like to know what's going on. They like to have an idea what's going to be going on 6 months and a year and 18 months and 2 years out, 5 years out. Uncertainty is the term they'll use. The market doesn't like uncertainty. Translation, they don't like chaos, confusion, and bullshit. The market doesn't like that. And that's all you were getting. And that's why the stock market tanked. People's 401k plans, the value lost over $6 trillion. So came back a little bit, but that's just today. But this fool could wake up and put something out on Truth Social, because you still got this issue with China. You got 125% tariff on China, because now you're in a trade war with China, and China ain't, he ain't gonna punk China, because President Xi is a real dictator, for real. And China has been practicing communism. Now they got this capitalistic version of communism, but trust and believe, it's communism now. They lock shit down for real. And the Chinese folks, they conditioned to go along with it. That ain't America, and America, is not gonna go for that. Trust me, trust and believe. You just got a small little taste over the weekend where you had hundreds of thousands of people protesting. Majority white folks, very good, because the majority of you all fucked this up. For all the ones that voted for this, you say, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Now, you thought you were voting against the black folks. Get rid of the DEI, the niggers, and the Mexicans and the Muslims, and the gays and the lesbian and the trans women playing basketball against Caitlin Clark. You thought you were voting for that. Deport all these Mexicans and the Venezuelans, even though a significant number of them Venezuelans were dumbass voted for him. And now, well, I thought he was just going to get the criminals. You know what makes you a criminal? Your skin tone. Some of y'all about my complexion, some a little lighter, some a little darker. Right. Just you. Your being made you a criminal. That's what you didn't understand. Venezuelans and those from Mexico or wherever. Central America, but you had all these Venezuelans that voted for Trump in Florida that was upset. Oh, I couldn't believe Cubans, some of these white Cubans, y'all thought y'all would, because y'all been kissing his ass for a long time. But it's like, wait a minute, you're supposed to get those Venezuelans. They're the ones, with the gangs, and nope, your ass too. Okay? He looks at all of us, even poor white folks. Sees you as a matter of fact, I don't want to, that's how, his vice president, actually he was talking about China, but it goes to show his mindset. He's like, these Chinese peasants are trying to tell us what to do. Ooh, Chinese peasants? So to all you poor, working class, all you poor trailer park living or just poor, working class, paycheck to paycheck, white MAGA cult members, oh, I guarantee you that the only person or the only people that J.D. Vance considers peasants are not just the Chinese. Now, he won't say it to your face, but he looks at poor white people as peasants. That whole billionaire class, they do. They despise poor white people more so than they do black people and people of color, because they understand the system was designed for white men to have control of all the power. Economic, social, political power. The original Constitution, I've said it a million times on this show. The only people, it was codified in a Constitution. The original document said that the only people that could vote, that had the power to vote, were wealthy, white, male landowners. Translation, wealthy white men. And it's no different. That's what you have now. These billionaires, and they feel that they should have all the money, pay no taxes, get rid of all the social programs, get rid of Social Security, which is your money. So they want to get rid of your money, basically take your money and your grandmother's Social Security, or your mama's Social Security, or your grandfather's Social Security, or your Social Security, MAGA. They want to take that money and your Medicare money and the Medicaid money and the money for Head Start, which is preschool for poor and working class children, and Meals on Wheels. So your grandparents, when they run out of money before the end of the month because that little Social Security check ain't enough to get them through an entire month, Meals on Wheels is a program where they can get food delivered to the house to get them through to the next month. They want to get rid of all those programs and take that money and give it to Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. Because being worth a couple $100 billion ain't enough for these evil, greedy bastards. That ain't enough. They want to take your money that you have been paying. This is your money. The government isn't giving you a handout. You have been handing out your money. Basically, loaning it to the government. Like, y'all can hold this, but when it's time for me to get my money, when I hit 65 or 62 now, or you can go to 70, when it's time for me to get my money that I have basically loaned, even though y'all took it out of my check whether I wanted you to or not, that money for Social Security, which is my money, when it's time for me to get my money, you're going to run me my money. But they don't want to run you your money. They want to run your money to Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, and billionaires. So keep your eye on the prize, because that's the goal. But I think the only reason now they're trying to basically wreck Social Security from the inside. They've closed offices. They've made it harder. I think in some cases, people, they have to, if they want to, I guess, let's say if you hit 65 and you want to start collecting your Social Security check. Before, I think you could start the process online. Now you got to go down in person, or if there's an issue with your Social Security check now, you got to go in person, and they fired employees, so like the wait times are longer. So they're trying to sabotage you and say, well, you see, Social Security doesn't work, so maybe then they want to take that same money, give it to some folks on Wall Street, some of their billionaire friends, to manage your money. But then what happens if the market crashes again? That means you lose money. They want to gamble with your money. Don't gamble with my money. If I'm going to lose my money, that's why I don't gamble. If I'm going to lose my money, I'm going to lose my money. Your ass, you are definitely not going to lose my money. Oh, no. No, that's what we're not going to do. You are not going to lose my money. No, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to come see you. You don't even have to come see me. I'm going to come see you because this is my money. You're going to run me my money one way or another. I'm getting my money. And that's the attitude that everybody should have. This is your money. And don't let these folks play with your money. Not at all. And keep showing these companies like you showed Target, because Walmart, you're up next. Yes, Walmart, you are up next. Target, I saw their stock price dip. I think it's dipped by $50, which is incredible. Since January, I think Target stock, I thought so, where it's down to like, I think, what, under $90? It was way over $100 and something dollars. I think before January, Target stock was like $150 a share, somewhere way up there. So it has dipped dramatically. Well over at least $30 a share since, like, go back in December. So we showed Target, and like the foot traffic in Costco has gone up dramatically by millions. I think over 1 million since January. So Target, you after round found out. Walmart, you are up next. Like I said, the way to get people's attention, what did I tell you? The way to get people's attention is to go dig in them pockets. And Trump was playing games, got this hard on, thought he was, you're going to bully everybody. America, I'm going to make the whole world kiss my ass. Well, China said, no, kiss my ass. So you can go ahead and you can put 1,000% tariffs on China. Because that should be, you just taxing Americans, because Americans, they couldn't, if they wanted to, they couldn't buy anything. I mean, from groceries to clothes to shoes to Nikes to Air Jordans to LeBrons to flat screen TVs to iPhones, all made in China. So China, and I am not caping for China, because China's got a bad case of racism too. Because racism and anti-blackness is global. So they got their own unique set of racism over in China. So I don't mess with China at all. I don't even have any desire to visit China. And that's not an indictment on every person from China. Not at all. But the government, I'm just keeping it 1,000. They don't even like their own people. They control their own people. They treat them like peasants or robots. That's the government of China, President Xi. So if they do that with their own people, they don't give a shit about us. Come on. They are just as racist as these white nationalists, but they don't like each other. Just go to show you how screwed up they are. Then you got Russia over there, but China and Russia are cool because it's a dirty game. It's about power. It's about power and money and control. which is a whole different conversation. So, follow the money. Remember, we are all we got. I will close. Shout out to, who else has jumped in there? I know got some folks jumped on lately. Hey, everybody that kind of jumped on after hey, Rosalind, there you go. I know I see some other folks in there. How are you, Rosalind? Thank you, Rosalind. Don't forget, hey, everybody that's watching, do me a favor. Make sure, I want you all to leave your comments so folks at YouTube can see the comments. Tell them how much you love the show and how much you learn and, you know, how funny the show is sometimes, because my goal is to make you laugh, and I use humor to make you laugh, and humor to still make my point, and give it to you straight, no chaser. Tell the truth, shame the devil, as my grandmother says. So please leave your comments. You see where it says comments? Outside of the chat room, when the show is over, it says comments. Leave your comments in the comments section. That's really important, along with telling everybody to subscribe to my channels. So thank you, Rosalind. Thank you for jumping on. And Groove Master Dre, my man, I got to reach out to you, man. I've been so busy, Dre, because I know you can help your man out, spread the word. Because, Dre, I am almost there now. I'm about 240 new subscribers, and Rosalind, you can help out too. Spread the word. Maybe you all can do your own little video, a little 30, 60-second video. Just tell them about the show. Tell everybody, listen, we got to support Black-owned media. Just tell them how much you love the show, how much you learn, or just, hey, the show is funny, but it is empowering. It's entertaining, but it empowers and educates and inspires, because that's my goal. So, I'm not telling you, just say it in your own words. Whatever you like about the show, just let everybody know. And you can do a show and just tell them that we have to support Black-owned media. It's so important. So voices like mine, media companies like mine, platforms like mine, and then you got from Roland Martin's platform, and Black Star, and of course other voices here on YouTube from Don Lemon and all the folks at Urban View, Sirius XM, Channel 126, from Dr. Greg Carr, and Lamont's on with him, and Karen Hunter, and my man Clay Kane and his crew, and Larry Daniel Favors, just the whole Urban View, Sirius XM crew, and so many. I know I'm leaving some other people out, but it is so important we support Black-owned media. So all that's important. So make sure that you leave your comments in the comments section after the show, along with, copy and paste the link. Share it. You can share it on your social media platforms. Tag everybody that follows you, or your fans, or your friends, or your family. So Dre, that's the main thing. Do that for me. That's what I'm going to talk to you about, without going into more details. And Rosalind, because you've been great, you can do that for me too. Oh, great. That's awesome. Thank you. And and give her my Zelle and Cash App. And if anybody out there tell them if they want to be a sponsor on the show, I'd be honored to have them as a sponsor. To tell them, just email me, Geno. It's real simple. My Gmail is my name, or the show without the. It's GenoJonesShow@gmail. So they send me an email and give me a contact number, or if they don't, I'll email you back. And we'll set something up. I'll get your contact information. I'll give you mine. We can set up a meeting over the phone. We can set up a meeting via Zoom or whatever. And I'll email you all the information about being a sponsor. Or you can make a contribution. Individuals, no contribution is too small or too large. So one time, you can do it every pay period, every month, every day, however you want to do it. From $5 to 50 million. Or if billionaires out there, y'all go ahead. You can drop $5 billion on a brother if you got it to spare. So you can Zelle me, Geno Jones. On Zelle, I'm Geno Jones. That's how you spell it. And then type in the number 843 on Zelle. You can do that right now. Geno Jones on Zelle. Just type in Geno Jones. You get to Zelle, type in Geno Jones. Type in the number 843. You can Cash App a brother right now and support the show and support the platform and support my voice speaking truth to power, and using entertainment and humor and everything else just to enlighten and empower and to try to uplift and to activate and to ignite us as a culture and as a community, because we are all we got, but we are all we need. When we come together, we are unstoppable. And folks know it. The cult knows it. That's what they're afraid of. But our goal is not to do harm to no one else. There's no history in the history of humanity. There's no example of where black folks in Mars has invaded a European country, has enslaved. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, Europeans came into the continent of Africa, colonized different countries, and pitted, black nations against each other, which really didn't go on until the Europeans started invading the continent of Africa and brought that evil bullshit that they were doing in Europe, fighting and killing each other before they started calling themselves white. Because the Europeans never called themselves white until the late 1600s. So that's just not in us. Unfortunately, here in America, we would harm ourselves collectively or individually speaking. So we would harm another black person before we would a white person. But the majority of us wouldn't do that to each other. That's the thing. But the point I'm trying to make is there's no example in the history of humanity. But the fear is that the colonizers and the Europeans, the white nationalists, because they've done so much dirt, they've been so evil and demonic, they feel that, oh my God, if black people ever get power, they will enslave us and murder us and lynch us and rape us. No, we ain't got time for that. We don't want that karma coming back on us as black people. We just want to be left alone. Get out of our way. You can share this power one way or another. Share it, or we will get power, and we don't want to have power and control over your life. Do you? We don't give a shit about what you do. We just want to be the best versions of ourselves. And if you want to celebrate that or be a part of that or benefit from that without exploitation, without control and domination, then black folk, we are cool, man. They don't have time to try to control and dominate anybody else, because collectively we know what that's like. That's not in our DNA. It is not. Trust me. For all you, MAGA fearful, coward-ass, MAGA white nationalists, especially you white men that's on that racist Steve Bannon and Stephen Miller shit, dude. This global domination of white nationalism and this remixed version of Christianity, white Christian nationalism, that ain't gonna happen. All right, because the majority of the planet is people of color. Just live your life. Just do you. Go back to what you were doing. Go mess with each other. Listen, we can be cool. We can just do what we do. You ain't gotta love us. Listen, you don't have to hire us. We're not concerned about drinking behind you. We don't want to drink at your water fountain. We don't want to shop at if you don't want us, we don't want to shop at your restaurant. We don't need to shop at your stores. We have everything we need. We are all we got as a culture. And then what you're afraid of, what these white nationalists are afraid of, is that when we as people of African descent here in America, when we understand and when we deprogram or take the colonization out of our mind and understand that a person of African descent, a black person, we are all in the same struggle, whether we speak English or Spanish or Portuguese or French or whatever different tongue or language. In the Caribbean, whoever colonized Brazil, it was Portugal. The Bahamas, it was Great Britain, and a lot of the islands in the Caribbean, either Great England or, you know, like the or Jamaica or Haiti, it was France. Cuba, it was, you know, Spain. We're still, and then with the brothers and sisters on the continent. Some people call it, you know, Pan-Africanism, or just realize that the folks in the Caribbean that speak Spanish, Portuguese in Brazil, or the Haitian brothers that speak French, or the Jamaican brothers or the brothers from the Bahamas that have a British accent, or the Afro-Latinos in Colombia. We are cousins, and cousins with brothers in Nigeria and Ghana and the Ivory Coast and Cote d'Ivoire. And we say, hey, you know what? Listen, we can link up. We're going to link up and do business with each other. Now you're getting real deep. They're like, oh, no, hold on now. Hold. But that's what's happening. That's where we're going. All right, let me get out of here. Thank you, everybody. Once again, Groove Master Dre, appreciate you. So, Dre, you and Rosalind and everybody else watching, you having your marching orders for me, please, thank you. I'm thanking you in advance to spread the word. You know, post something on your social media page or do a little short video just telling everybody to subscribe to my channel, supporting my Black-owned media company on the show, because after about 40 new subscribers, YouTube will start paying my media company monthly. I'll get a check. My media company will get a check. And in your contribution, your financial contributions, your sponsorship money, advertising on this channel will just help the company grow so I can empower and I can bring on some young brothers and sisters. They can learn the business, give them an opportunity to eventually start their own media company, launch their own shows. Some young brothers and sisters, there's some folks maybe they want to change, maybe they worked in radio or TV, they've dealt with the colonizers and they're tired. You know, we can link up and join forces and build an even bigger network, even bigger than YouTube. YouTube didn't start off where it is now. Build our own institutions, media, finance, medicine, law, you name it, all farming, every institution, we build it. We ain't begging nobody. We are all we got, but we are all we need. We have everything we need to even be more successful, because we can be more successful collectively. If you punch somebody with your fingers out like that, you'll break a finger. But man, if you close those fingers and make a fist and punch, it's a lot of power. Man, we come together like a fist, like the Avengers. That's scary. That's scary. That's the one. That's what these white nationalists, all these races, all these oath keepers, white replacement theory, white people are going to be replaced. You can't replace whiteness because there is no such thing in the human genome. This is some shit that was made up to divide people. And it has gone on. People have been brainwashed. Their brain it's like a bad virus. That they are wedded to something that is not real. Race is a made-up, they call it construct. It was constructed, it was built to divide people. There is nothing in science, biology, anthropology that speaks to race. Not at all. There's nothing in the human genome. You can get any kind of DNA test and it won't come back and say, oh, you're 85% white or you're 56% black. No, it will never. There's never been a legitimate DNA test that came back that said that you were certain percent white or certain percent black. It will speak to the region of the world that your ancestors came from. Somewhere in Europe, maybe, somewhere on the continent of Africa. And if you really speak to like true anthropologists, they will explain to you that mankind as we know it first started on the continent of Africa. And that the mother of mankind was a woman from the African continent. Oh, I know y'all like, oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? A black woman is, we all come from a black woman? Just do some homework, okay? All right, I'm out of here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles, and up and down the West Coast. Tell everybody once again to subscribe to the channel. Please share this in every episode. Screen grab it, rip some of the video, chop it up, make it go viral. Copy and paste the link. You can tag everybody on your social media page. You can copy and paste the link in an email, in somebody's DM, direct message, or however you want to do it. Binge watch this every episode. Be sure to click on that like button. All right, and please leave your comments. Once again, please leave your comments in the comments section below. You're watching me live, you can leave your comments in the comments section right now, or when the show is over, in about a minute or so. Leave your comments in the comments section. All right? All right. And shout out to everybody, like I said, watching me live. A lot of folks are watching. I know sometimes people, they don't be afraid. It's okay. I'm not gonna bite you. Because, well, I was work. I couldn't really just. There's a chat room. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to give you a shout out because I have so many views. But sometimes we got a pretty good conversation going on now because my mom can always she's like the like the moderator in the chat room. But then I got folks like my man, was it Big Time? Oh, thank you, Dre. My man Groove Master Dre. He been rocking with me from day one. And shout out to Rosalind. Thank you, Rosalind, and your crew. I appreciate you. And so many other folks I noticed watching. I was in a bakery the other day, and like I said, a sister woman said, Geno, yeah, you telling like it is. I love your TV show. So, and I forgot, can't remember her name right now. So that's why I said, you all jump in that chat room. Let me know who's watching. All right. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. Check him out on IG, on Instagram. Kel B Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on IG, on Instagram. LX.NCL_. LX.NCL_. Big shout out to Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show. Check him out on Instagram too, on IG. His Mario Uomo collection. So Mario, M-A-R-I-O, Mario, that's easy. Uomo is U-O-M-O. Mario U-O-M-O. That's Mario Uomo on Instagram. Check out his Mario Uomo collection, or Bruce Gage on Facebook. That's Bruce Gage, G-A-G-E. All right. Big time dap, Brother Geno. Big time dap to you, Groove Master Dre. And I know you work your magic on social media. Spread that word. Once again, everybody, my Cash App, $, so Dre and Rosalind and everybody else, anyone that wants to contribute to my media company and support the show financially so I can grow it, so we can maintain voices like mine and grow the voice, because we got to support and grow our Black-owned media and make it even stronger. And we need this financial support, absolutely. So Cash App, $ Dad G Jones. It's $ capital D, lowercase AD, capital G, capital J, ONES, $ Dad G Jones. Or you can Zelle me one time, every pay period, every month, whenever, however you want to do it. No amount too small or too large. So Zelle is Geno Jones. That's how you spell my Geno, right there. Geno Jones, and then type in the number 843. Geno Jones, and type in the number 843 on Zelle. And if you'd like to be a sponsor, just shoot me an email. I'll get you my sponsorship package. Geno Jones Show at Gmail. No just Geno Jones Show at Gmail, and I will email you back. I'll send you out the PDF for the sponsorship package. I'll set up a meeting via the phone or via Zoom or whatever, and we can make that happen. And I thank you all in advance. Dre, I thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Love and respect to you. Rosalind, my sister, I really appreciate you, your views, your viewing, your support, and everybody in your whole crew. Everybody, even everybody watching me that's, not in the chat room. Man, I got nothing but love for each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for spreading the word about this show. And my number one fan, my mother, I love you. You see Mary Dixon in the chat room. So thank you. All right, everybody, the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, special guest. I got to check my email. R&B Southern Soul star Calvin Richardson. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Fun show. Calvin Richardson. The ladies love Calvin. He's a good brother, good dude, doing his thing. So we're going to have some fun tomorrow. And I got a guest. Fridays, I have like my guest co-host. Shout out to Keela Carson. She is still working on her doctorate, Dr. Carson. So a colleague of mine from my radio station, Christy B. Love is going to be my guest co-host. She's got a presence on social media, and she got an incredible story too. So, but Friday we have fun. So I'm going to talk to her, and maybe I'll let her share some of her story, and we'll just kind of chop it up from just some of the trending topics and stuff that's, that folks are talking about all around in the barbershop and hair salon and the water cooler. You're talking about on social media, going back and forth. So we just have some fun like we do, making funny Fridays, and throwing maybe a little seriousness too. All right, I love you guys. Thank you again so much. I appreciate it, man. Just more and more folks tuning in. If you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch, and we'll see you live Thursday with my special guest, Calvin Richardson, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Chicago Central Time. Me and you at 5:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles, up and down the West Coast. Tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 p.m. live right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. I'll holler.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.